Okay, okay, this is a little bit later. Um, Time to start day 2. I'll have to see what's shaking. Hello? Oh, okay.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside.
Well, they probably won't respond, but why not?
Still no answer.
I'm not gonna try my luck. They're either trying to intent. Oh, wait. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Sure, why not?
The door is closed. Still nothing. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Shucks. Well, I guess I'll have to try that again later. Oh, yes. Good morning, Kim.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Oh no, we're gonna have a police tussle, huh?
Everything points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about. One big problem to replace it.
I got so much experience points.
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay? One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
A directive. Figure out what's going on with them. I think I will, though. Hello, Gart.
Can I help you?
About my bill for
Got the
tonight?
20 real?
Yes.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Yes.
Absolutely out of the question.
Oh.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire.
Okay, then. I guess I'll have to figure it out later.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself
going
about
on?
me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
Yeah, it broke after the call was reported?
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh no.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
Indeed, indeed. Maybe he's gone missing. Maybe Gary. Something was wrong with Gary.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps.
Oh.
He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
I think it's broke.
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Thank you, Logic.
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day. Oh my, what happened to the water lock?
There's some kind of reckless motorist. He crashed right into
Oh,
it.
sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you both.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now.
In a day.
Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
Conceptualization. I have to
And if you
wait.
see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
I will
Oh,
get
you're
him.
such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Cam.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
Reddit. What are you talking about, Reddit? I don't care, Reddit.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Well, I mean, to be honest, how was he accredited? Didn't she say he was studied? Highly trained scientist. Who trained him?
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
Indeed.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
Guess he goes out looking around a lot.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair. Usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
With the mnemotech.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
What if the reeds come to him? The Reedman. The legendary Reedman cryptid.
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
True.
I hope I've been useful.
Find Morel.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
Minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah yes, Phasmatodia. A diverse group of
A
insects
stick bug?
whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
We're not... Kim, you are so little faith.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
It is so rare. No one has ever seen it, but we have definitely this blurry photograph evidence.
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
I mean, it is a pretty big coincidence. If it is a coincidence, it could be real!
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
You know, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong type of reed, but I'm imagining it. It looks like what are they called? Water sausage. You know, the one with the densely packed seeds at the top. I'm thinking it looks like one of those with the brown, and when you impact the seeds, they puff out because they're, yeah.
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even.
So, no one's ever seen it. It doesn't have any powers. It's not valuable. Doesn't even kill people.
Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
By nature of being rare?
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Are my hands empty? Yes, they are. Come on, suggestion? No. Oh, I have -1 suggestion. There, I'm all suggesting up. My thoughts. +1 suggestion.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
I want to hear about some of these urban legends.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Alright.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
These are actually good choices. Big one.
That would be the giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
Wait, barren. It glows?
Mirage or psychogenous luminance. No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
Whew.
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Hui. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
Kim, be quiet.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Gravity anomaly? Digging it. Digging this parascientific stuff right here.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Oh, I thought he'd darn.
He nods approvingly.
I had to.
Some kind of superstar.
Come on, give me the bonus.
They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one.
Yeah, I'm the first fan. I don't know if I like this. Suggestion is pretty good, and I've been needing it recently. Electrochemistry is something. Composure is something. Visual calculus is kind of being counteracted by my other thing, and logic, losing some logic, I guess I can... I don't know if I like this one. But at least if I forget it, I'll have a spot open for White Morning, so... Oh, that's a part of Kim's jacket. Okay. Hello, sir. The tomatoes are so thin. Like, that's some money
A
saving.
thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook.
Oh, he's got a crinkled.
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek.
Oh.
Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
Okay.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
The door.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Darn.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Oh, I took it that he can understand what I'm saying.
It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Huh. Pleasant. You know what? Maybe I'll need all the suggestion I can get if I'm talking to these guys. They're already not going to respect my authority, so if I put this on, it shouldn't... I mean, my authority's already bad. Yeah, I think I need logic. I'm gonna get rid of this. Babysitting imbeciles? How would I... you know what? This is probably fine. She studied law?
Let me handle this.
Elizabeth, huh?
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Oh.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
She got me.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
The man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
I was bamboozled. Absolutely tricked.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Also, apparently some kind of actor.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, You are no one.
Jesus.
What are we going to do to you? The Union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
I don't like the cut of this guy's jib.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
What are the Union's plans
Look,
about
a
this?
comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
Oh, I don't say. Oh. It's a bowl. There's spit in it. They got a spittoon in here. You see hawthorn bushes outside.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
It's not time yet. What are you?
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Weird. Photos of men in overalls, toting guns, and Union placards.
This is where you say your bit.
Uh-oh.
Detective.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
This guy is extremely intelligible.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Okay, Shane.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
This guy does not have good microphone quality, but he's good.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
True.
Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man, in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right, standard working boots, size 45 or 46, eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, smoker, quiet.
I think this is good. This was good. That lines up with one of our boot sizes.
Across at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian, in his late 30s, early 40s.
Elaine.
He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations, hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars. a little under 40.
Titus.
The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy,
So
Captain.
he's a rower. He's probably muscular.
In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
A plectrum?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician.
I don't know what a plectrum is, but okay.
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm noticing the all the Hardy Boys have the same Poland flag in the back of their portraits.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Where is the 8th Hardy Boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
I think that's a bit too much for threats.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
I don't think I'm talking to as much as I should. The pretty boy, that's what they named him. I guess they got their own case title, huh?
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
The container belt. Where did he steal it? Was there a stolen
Container
one?
belt? Like we use in the harbor? Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
Bruh.
We did this together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
They have alibis.
There is
don't
no
they?
catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Oh, electric chair.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison? is a charter. That's what it is.
So is hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys.
These guys must be a tight-knit group, huh?
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide, not for the officer making an arrest, which we all know you won't be. What you can do right now is go back to your station and write a report.
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the shit out of here. This is my town. Our town.
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Yeah, this guy's got green because of his jacket. I think the Elaine. He's got spots of beige.
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
Okay.
And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Seminine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
That was a good delivery on that. You know, all these voice actors are very good, but Eugene, that was a good delivery on that one. I give Eugene a special marks.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true.
Sire.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one,
What?
harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Oh, I guess the cracking of my knuckles is on the brand this time. It's important.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Jeez.
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your con.
Oh!
Show me
Hey,
your
wait,
con.
okay, whoa.
Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Oh, God.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
They don't want to talk about it. Maybe it's either too personal or they're making it up.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Curse you, Felician!
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
This is something I can capitalize on with the knowledge I have from this run. There weren't any dragging marks. All we know is that there were a whole heck of a lot of footprints, but there was no dragging. There was no scuffle.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
Wait.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Come on!
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed.
Oh.
The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
Crumbs.
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
That was a good chance.
Like what, Copper?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I don't want to put the hard on, I don't want to put the hurt on Titus, because he will destroy me.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
I'm screwed.
The suicide of Kraz Mazov. It's clearly a lie. Kraz Mazov didn't shoot himself. Reaction was on the counteroffensive. The State Day Palace in Mirova was surrounded. He was either assassinated or died in the bombing. You might even have evidence to support this, somewhere in your brain. Mazov was never given a state funeral by the communists. Some people even say the body that was recovered from the ruins wasn't his. There, good. Hero restored to glory. Carry on, comrade.
I don't... White check failures, heal all morale. More rhetoric? I guess that's good. That's not as good as I thought it was, but it's something. But I am going to forget this. I'm no longer a superstar. And I'm going to start on White Morning. Maybe it's a bad idea to use all my points on this kind of stuff, but... Oh, the guy's gone! Darn. I should have capitalized on it. She's not there. But Kuna's still here. Now where do I go? Can I... Is there more tear?
This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito.
Doesn't
A
look like
closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Cool.
The box seems happy. Eat shit
Hooray.
pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
Sir, do you have anything? No? Okay, my game started out. Or who are you, sir? The book is titled Man from Hjelmdal and the Wildfire. Sir, hello? Oh, madam? Is it Loose Radio City?
Yes, a sci-fi. Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Yeah, why are you working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
True.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need help?
What with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
Maybe your husband.
My husband? No, he's not.
Where
I don't
could he
know.
be?
At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where
Yes,
your husband
but-
is.
I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time. No.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he isn't missing.
Of course he's not. It's not like he's a pocket watch. I wouldn't just lose him.
It's got to be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't?
Maybe you're
I don't
cockatoo.
mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
I was asking about your cockatoo.
I
Is it
don't
missing?
even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
Thank you.
Great.
Edward.
Wonderful.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking. Another comrade. Years of labor are pressing down on her shoulders. She deserves a hug for all the work she's done for mankind.
Hug
You step
time.
in and close your arms around this foreign body, wandering astray in touch. There's a small movement beneath your hands as you shut your eyes. Then, a tiny voice breaks out and asks,
What is happening?
She seems to be confused. Your hands are wrapped around her polyester coat. The fabric feels cold, moist from the sea nearby. The situation is oddly intimate. Your cheek is pressed against her shoulder. Her hand is trapped between your chest. 5 seconds pass, and their passing seems so unimaginably long. Then she coughs and says again,
What are you doing, officer?
I am a revolutionary.
Fighting for it how?
A hug a day keeps the bourgeoisie away.
I guess it's better than nothing. Keep fighting on, my fellow comrade. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Oh wait, I need to talk to Plaisance. Hello.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
Dark
Yes?
sarcophagus.
How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
A charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this
I
bookstore.
knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
Dice
A novelty
maker.
dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
I have felt her aura. She's not the one to blame.
I don't
for the
understand.
curse.
If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
There's no curse.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that?
I'm sorry, drama, but I do not want to
Good
do
luck
that.
persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way.
There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Yeah. Maybe I'll... I don't know what to increase. My suggestion? Yeah. My suggestion, I think this is a suggestion. This should...
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Yes, this is probably going to be good.
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Finally, I'm starting to win on my own.
Yes, I used to stand out there all the time before Mother told me to focus on my homework. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir. Telling people about being a star or something. I don't really understand who those stars are. Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
The speed.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
Or maybe methamphetamine.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too.
Gurning? I must investigate. What does it mean by gurning? Gurning, I got sidetracked. Gurning. Makes me think of a gurney. A gurney. Gurning. A chuck, a gurn or chuck is a distorted facial expression and a verb to describe the action. A typical gurn involves projecting the lower jaw as forward and as up as possible and covering the upper lip with the lower lip. Oh.
Good thing she didn't say party eyes loud. Her mother's nearby. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. This is all worth it. I still had something in my hand. I thought I removed that. Oh well. I picked up all this stuff. I gotta keep my eyes out for more bottles, though. They could be anywhere. Will Kuno-S...
Trying to sneak up on me again! Trying to snuff me out! Get away, pig!
Well, okay, that was worth a shot.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
It's conceptualization. How hard can I boost my conceptualization? Not very. But, oh well, I mean, what will my chances look like this?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Not great, not great. Oh well. You know what? Maybe I should check out the Union first. I think there's some stuff on top of those buildings I unlocked with the secret exit from the yard. So, Hopefully... Oh yeah, the guy's playing the game. I already talked to these guys. I'll talk to them later. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye.
Okay.
Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series.
Okay.
With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
That sounds pretty good.
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanema effectively a mobile power plant.
Cool.
Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
Sure.
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there. Man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18GU engine on the old Caprice 40.
Yeah?
7.2. Supercharged.
Just suppress a smug smile.
100.
I reckon, man, that's got to be a major advancement.
Yeah, you know it? Yes, that's right. I'm very impressed that you know these things. Yes, an extraordinary machine.
Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
Oh, this is nice.
You want to help? Thank you for the offer. That might be fun. Let's do the case first, though, alright?
I don't even know where the headlights are mounted on that thing.
He liked the idea.
Thank you, interfacing. That was pretty rad. Oh, we're at an hour and 3 minutes. Thank you, interfacing. Rare interfacing W. Very cool. Very cool. Bye. Or I guess I've been, I hope that this hasn't been, very boring. I know it's a big difference between, me playing disco on the internet and me playing disco in your living room. I feel like I'm not saying enough. I'm gonna try and keep my thought processes and motivations what's the word, obvious. I'm gonna keep talking about it, but maybe if you have any tips or anything you're particularly interested about, then you know where to find me. But bye for real now.